Broadcasting across the United States and around the world, it's Late Night with McNally. On 2016 Presidential Election Special, featuring Senators Bernie Sanders and Ted Cruz, Secretary Hillary Clinton, and of course, the lovable, the beautiful, Mr. Donald Trump. And now, the 45th of the United States himself, McNally!
So much for ceremony. I mean, it was really great me hiding back there where everybody could see me, right? That was fantastic. That was great. You're a great-looking crowd. I guarantee that we get the best-looking audiences in the United States of America right here on this program. Yeah, so this morning I woke up. I brushed my teeth just like I do every 3 or 4 days, and I turned on the news. You know, Mr. Donald Trump, this is very unfortunate, I'm very upset about this. Mr. Donald Trump is closing the border between the US and Taco Bell. The other thing I saw, people are really down on Ben Carson with this whole, did you all see the whole thing with him not walking on the stage for the last Republican debate?
Yeah. I just watched it.
Yeah, people are really down on him. They're making fun of him. They're saying he's incapable of walking in a straight line. They're being really rude. And I honestly, I don't blame him that his campaign staff forgot to pack the cardboard cutout of him they usually use at those events. We've got a really great program for you tonight. We have Senator Bernie Sanders on the show.
Woo!
Senator Ted Cruz is on the show. Of course, Secretary Hillary Clinton is on the show. And of course, Mr. Donald Trump is on the show. You know, backstage I heard Bernie Sanders, he asked Donald Trump for a comb for all the stuff on his head. He wanted to prevent any mad scientist jokes from occurring while he was out here tonight. Sadly, Donald Trump couldn't provide one, seeing as how that thing on his head ate it. Okay. Please say hello to Mr. Howard Smith and the band. Hello! Is this thing? Okay. This thing's still on too. Am I on this one? Okay. Perfect. The first thing I'd like to do this evening, Mr. Howard Smith, our drummer, and my sidekick, is going to come over. do you want to tell the story?
Damn it.
Come on, son. Take it. Take it. Howard Smith has a beautiful story. It's my favorite story. I told me this morning. It makes me feel very warm and fuzzy.
It's about a son and a father and their bonding. So,
that's exactly what it's about, yes.
So, my dad wanted to make a doghouse with me. And so, we went outside and we were going to make this doghouse. And my dad said, wait, I forgot the supplies. I got to go to Lowe's and I'm going to get the supplies. Wait right here. I said, okay, Daddy, I can't wait. It's going to be beautiful. He said, wait, do not leave. I said, okay, I'm not going to leave. And so I waited.
So, did you ever finish the doghouse?
Nah, we still at Lowe's. I think he got lost in one of the aisles. I don't know. It's been like 10 years now.
Oh.
The most logical explanation for where he could possibly be after 10 years, of course. Thank you. Now, get out of here. Go back to the Okay, so first thing, this is my favorite part of the show, it really is. The first thing I want to do in the program tonight is tonight's top 10 list. Tonight's topic of the top 10 list, top 10 facts you didn't know about 2016's presidential candidates. Number 10, Ted Cruz and Tom Cruise are actually sisters. Number 9, Hillary's best friend is named Monica. Number 8, Governor Chris Christie is that guy who stole your lunch money in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Number 7, if he does not win the nomination, Senator Bernie Sanders is agreed to play the role of a colonel in the upcoming KFC commercial. Number 6, Hillary had her middle name changed from Rachel to Robin to sound more menacing. Number 5, and number 5 is my favorite. Remember the topic. Top 10 facts you didn't know about, they already showed it.
Yeah.
Yes, top 10 facts you didn't know about the candidates. Jill Stein is running for president.
Woohoo! I don't believe it!
Number 4, Donald Trump got his hair on sale at PetSmart.
Oh my God!
Number 3, Ben Carson is playing President Obama in an upcoming biopic. Number 2, Ted Cruz has finally found inspiration in something other than his 2 daughters. And the number 1 thing you didn't know about 2016's presidential candidates is, during one of his many bankruptcies, Donald Trump considered a career as a circus clown. Sadly, no circus would hire him. Alright. Okay, and now we will be right back after this brief commercial break. We know, first of all, he has 2 daughters, and we really don't know much else, honestly. So the first guest I'd like to invite onto the program is the Senator from Canada, Mr. Ted Cruz. Hello, Mr. Cruz. How are you today?
Just fine.
That's fantastic. So, first of all, I want to ask a question which I think everyone would like to know. You say constantly that you're inspired by your 2 daughters. Could you explain why and how?
I mean, like, they always told me stories about, like, what they wanted to be when they get older. And a lot of children, like, they talk about, like, they want to be big things. And then my one daughter, Catherine, told me she'd like to be the president of the United States. And I asked her, like, would you like me to run? And she said, sure. So, you know, they inspired me.
How old is Catherine?
She is 5.
That's nice. Now, there's this other thing, the other thing that we mentioned in your lovely interview there, which I'm sorry if that was at all offensive. There's this whole thing about you being from Canada. Could you please, I personally don't understand that whole thing. Could you please explain to me how someone who supposedly is born in Canada can run for president of the United States of America?
I mean, like, there's dual citizenship, so, I mean, it doesn't say that if you have that you can't run, so.
Okay, but it has to be someone who has that citizenship from birth, am I right?
Yes, but.
So how did you have that citizenship from birth?
I mean, my mom's born in America.
Okay, so it transferred over from your parents?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. The other thing I'd like to talk about, and honestly, I don't know where you stand on this whole thing, is the topic of immigration, because your father was Cuban, I believe, and your mother was born here, right? And I just want to know, a lot of your, oh hello, there goes something. Your opponent, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, can we please get around to him? No.
Yeah.
He always talks about his issues with immigration, and so I'd like to ask you what you think on that topic.
I also plan on building a wall as well, and I'm only really worried about like the security, and I'm just worried about like what they're bringing here. Like it doesn't matter who comes here, it just depends on like what they're bringing in. Like,
but don't you think a wall is a symbol of something bad?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, I just think it's more security.
But I've had this theory, which I've had for a very long time, which is if you build a 40-foot wall, 50-foot wall, 60-foot wall, I'll show you a 41, 51, or 61-foot ladder. So how does the whole wall thing prevent people from getting into the country?
Like I said before, it's just more security. It's not preventing them. I said they can come through in and out, but it's just more security. That's all.
Okay. Well then, there's something I wanted to play, and quite honestly, I dropped the ball a little bit, and I don't have questions here, but I'll try to remember them. There's a game I like to play called True or Not, and the concept behind this game is that we ask you a couple of questions about your opponent, in this case it's Mr. Donald Trump, and we would like you to tell us whether these facts are true or whether we made them up. Would you be willing to play that game?
Sure.
Would you guys like to see that game?
Yeah! Woo!
Let me remember here. The first question, I believe. The first question was, is it true that at one point in his life, Mr. Donald Trump was the owner of the football team, the New Jersey Generals? Not true? That actually is true. At one time, he did own the football team, the New Jersey Generals. And you don't have to know these. This is just for fun. The other question was, is it true that Donald Trump has no degree from any college? He never went to university. He only has an honorary degree from the New York City University of Dentistry.
True.
It isn't, but you can believe it is. Okay. We having fun still?
Yeah.
Is anybody bored?
No.
Would anybody like to go home?
No.
Would anybody like to go home? Well, feel free to take a nap, by all means.
All right.
Because we're having fun. Are we having fun? Okay, we're having fun. All right. The last question. That's 2 questions, I think. So, you know, Donald's middle name is the initial is J, Donald J. Trump. So the question is it true that the J stands for Janice?
True.
Yes. No, it's not. It's not true. The other one, and this is obvious. Donald Trump's hair is made of real cat fur. No, that actually is true. Is there anything you wanted to talk about while you have this platform in front of millions of people? As we said in the intro, broadcast across the United States and around the world.
No.
You have nothing else to say. Nothing you want to say to the voters out there. Okay. All right. One more commercial break. Are we ready for a commercial break?
Yeah.
When we come back, State Secretary Hillary Clinton. Someone who I have been a fan with. I've been a fan with this person for almost my whole life. Now I'd like to introduce Secretary Hillary Clinton.
Sounds like it's working.
Okay, fantastic. All right, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
Doing great, thanks for asking.
How do you feel that the campaign's going so far?
I think the campaign's going great. You know, my team has put in so much work over this last week, and all the other teams have put in so much work as well. So, you know, everyone's an integral part of this election happening. So I'm really thankful for all the work there.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Okay, the first question I want to ask, and I know this is probably not very nice, but I want to talk about the whole emails thing and give you a chance to explain it. And I mean, this is really my personal question. So, could you tell us what happened there, the whole email thing? Everyone knows what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Big emails.
So when I was Secretary of State under President, I used my personal email server to send all my emails went through a personal email server.
Why is that? Why would you use your personal email? I mean, they didn't give you a one that you actually got for work.
They
right?
did. They did give me a government email. However, I did feel that using my personal email server would be of more convenience to me because all my emails would be going through one server.
Okay.
And there was also nothing legally wrong with what I did. There wasn't a law or anything that stated that I wasn't allowed to do what I did. And there have been other Secretary of States in my same position and other people who have been at the same position level as me who have also used their personal email servers.
So why do you think they're coming after you in particular?
I think they're just saying that everyone's just saying that I'm really dishonest and haven't been, truthful about everything. But I also want to point out another thing. Some of my emails that went through were classified and some of them were sensitive classified. The sensitive classified emails never went through, however, the classified ones did. But the sensitive, so colloquially, that would be like the top secret, super secret emails did not go through.
Mm-hmm. What made them not go through? I mean, doesn't it work like every other
I didn't
email?
send those.
Oh, okay. Well, that leads me, what you just said a minute ago, into my second question, which is, in a recent poll, it was said that a lot of American voters see you as untrustworthy as compared to your opponent, Mr. Bernie Sanders, who they seem to think is very trustworthy. What would you say to that, and why do you think that is?
I think that, again, according to this email situation, that it's been a scandal. I think that's been enough leverage for people to say that I'm not honest and, may not tell the truth. But I want to assure the American people that I will be truthful of everything that I do tell you. I'm not going to lead you on in any way or make you think something that's not actually true. And I also want to point out the level of experience that I have compared to Bernie Sanders is far
In what exactly? Because in terms of time in elected office, Bernie Sanders far exceeds you.
Yes, however, but experience in the political field, I exceed him. I was Secretary of State to President Obama. I was a Senator of New York. I was the First Lady of the United States when Bill Clinton, my husband, was president back in the 90s.
Okay, fair enough. The other thing I want to talk about is your recent loss in the New Hampshire primary. What do you feel caused you to lose there? I mean, I just think that it's because Bernie Sanders is from New England, and so people in New England vote for people from New England. That's what I think it is. I mean, would you agree with that?
I think that's part of it. You know, they might just have some type of in-ground loyalty to Bernie Sanders because, you know, they're from the same area. But, you know, he's doing really well right now, and I'm not sure of the exact reason. I mean, I can't blame him. He's doing really well in his campaign, and, you know, he's just gradually, as time goes on, he's just gaining more supporters.
And do you feel threatened by Bernie Sanders?
No, I don't.
Why is that? He has said in interviews that he does feel threatened by you. That he feels that you are the biggest threat to his campaign.
I mean, he is a threat, but I don't feel like he's a huge threat.
Okay, fair enough. So is there anything that you want to talk about while we're on the show here?
Not necessarily.
Okay, is there, has everyone here already voted today?
No.
Okay, well, is there anything that you want to say as kind of the last effort to get people to vote for you? I mean, I don't really think that we're going to have many problems with that because there seemed to be quite a lot of cheering.
Just one thing I would say to the audience here is just no matter who you vote for, thank you for, you know, cooperating this week and just, you know, putting all the work in that you did, and hopefully you make really wise decisions about who you think should be the next president of the United States. And I also thank you for listening to my ideas and my plan for America if I'm elected as president. And I want you all to know, even if I'm not elected, I am still fighting for us.
We will be right back with Senator Bernie Sanders after this commercial break.
I don't know what will. I guess I have to show. Oh, no, he's that sure was a thing we did. I'm feeling good, you know. I'm feeling pretty confident. That I was a little nervous while I was doing it. You know, I was afraid that I might throw my face out. I'm pretty sure you probably would too.
I can't talk.
Oh.
Did you ever find a comb?
No, still no. I've been trying to chase around Trump's hair for a while. I've been gassed and chasing it all over the building.
Did your hand get stuck?
Yeah, quite a few times. I got a little bites.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to talk about, first of all, congratulations on your win in New Hampshire.
Thank you very much.
Very well done.
I was trying to, but
Alright, that's fine. I asked her because it seemed to me the reason why you won New Hampshire is because you're from New England, you're from Vermont, and she's from New Hampshire. So I figured that New Englander would vote for a New Englander.
Right.
Do you feel that that's the reason why, or do you feel that it was something bigger than that?
I feel like that's always something you should take into account. A lot of people, you know, want their sort of like hometown rep, I guess, in a way. I mean, obviously, I'd like to think it was because of the political power that we had. I would hope it was that. But hey, you know, sometimes you just got to take a win and run with it. That's all.
That's fair. The other thing I want to talk about is, in contrast to Secretary Clinton, is you seem to be a very trustworthy guy. People seem to trust you a lot.
I would hope so.
And I want to know why you feel that is. Do you feel any particular reason why?
Well, I think it's just part of the deal, you know. I think I've got a very honest background. I like to picture myself as a bit of an underdog. We're running against the massive Clinton dynasty, I suppose. That perhaps isn't that much of a dynasty, to be quite honest. But you know, it's still a lot of it. I guess I just feel more real to people. Not to say that Hillary's fake or anything.
Speaking about the whole Clinton dynasty thing, yesterday in the debate you said you don't have, what was the thing, you said something about you don't have the wealth and the fame of the Clinton family behind you. And I agree with that. So I almost find it, and I do agree with the dynasty, it's the same thing with Jeb Bush. I don't think Jeb Bush should win, because there are...
Please clap. Please clap, it means some things.
I don't think Jeb Bush should win, because we just had George Bush, and before that we had George Bush. And I don't think that being president is a family business.
True, it shouldn't be.
So I would agree with that statement, I think. So the other thing which we talk about all the time, this is what you seem to be saying a lot, and I think that it freaks some people out and it intrigues other people. And I want to know what you mean by when you say we're Democrats socialists. I mean, we've had problems with socialism in the past. Does anybody remember the Cold War, for example?
No.
Crickets. Yes. There's nothing there. Nothing.
Well,
feeling nothing.
If there's one key difference between me and some of the communist leaders, it's that I am currently alive and I just sang Back in Black with you. And the others, not doing too much, quite frankly. However, there is a key difference between socialism and being a socialist and being a communist. And to be serious, communism obviously tends to restrict a lot of freedom, for those who might be familiar with communist leaders. And see, I think the thing with socialism is, actually I should say this, a lot of people think communism is a weird idea on paper. And I'm not saying I obviously support communism, but through some of those concepts, there is actually something good. What happens is that you sort of screw it up in the long run by, I don't ask me, I'm not Russian, but the point is, I guess in a weird way, you could say that socialism is sort of communism, but you're taking the good parts from it, and not the whole, you know, building an iron curtain type thing,
Right,
which is the key difference.
So, you talk about how communism just restricts freedoms. Wouldn't one of those freedoms be spending your money the way you want to spend it?
I think that's a fair point, yeah. And you know what, that's a challenging question, but I think the thing is, there's a key difference between, no, I actually have to admit, you kind of got me beat there. I mean, you have a true point, but I guess the way I would see it is that, you know, some people, I guess, just need to relax, I suppose, with their spending, all right? You know, there's a key difference between being able to buy what you want to buy and then just buying like 10 Bugattis because, you know, why not? You got the money for it. I think there's a key difference between something there and that. And, you know, just a little bit of that high-class money, you know, it goes a long way to help other people.
Right.
And, you know, while I suppose, yes, it is somewhat of a restriction of freedom, it's still, I feel, necessary. Sometimes, I suppose, removing freedom like that is a tad necessary, I guess, in the long run, for the betterment of this country. At least that's the way I would see it.
Alright, fair enough. I wanted to play the true or not game with you as well. We already had Hillary Clinton out here,
right,
but I would like to see what your answers are.
Sure.
The first question that I have for true or not, if this interests you, you guys want to hear more true or not?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so the first question I have is it true or not that as a young person, Hillary Clinton was actually a Republican?
I'm going to have to say that's true.
It is true. It is actually true. Now I gotta remember it.
Thank you very much.
I don't remember the other.
Well, hey, 1 for 1, pretty good. 100%.
How much time do we have? All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the program.
It was an honor, sir.
Up next on the show, we have something which we like to call here stupid human tricks. So on Stupid Human Tricks, we have people come on the show, and they do stupid things, which we find entertaining. So the first thing we have is a little gift from the Trump campaign. So, you guys ready? You ready with this?
What?
Are we ready with this? This is my favorite song.
Donald.
Mr. Donald Trump. We're always ready.
Are y'all prepared?
Yes.
Dad! 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 Oh my gosh, Dad!
And no, Ben, this is not surgery. Burning your son, making college free.
Ever since Bill won, you
Got a reputation for yourself now.
why you deleting all your emails?
Nobody knows when we feel left out.
Girl, you got me stressed out.
Ever since I left the city, you
and me, we just don't get along.
make it seem like I did you wrong.
Going places where you don't belong. Get out, go. We're not done with stupid.
You get your paper.
Give me it.
Get your paper.
Man, so how was that?
Awesome.
The next person on the human tricks is our very own guitar player, Mr. Ellis Anderson. Ellis Anderson will be solving a Rubik's Cube in 40 seconds. Well, that's what we expect you to do. It's gonna happen. Come on, Ellis. Exactly. Does somebody from the audience want to mix this up? I'm
Yeah.
gonna just throw it.
I think they broke it. I think they.
Get up.
I'm done. It broke. They broke it. They broke it. They broke it.
Now I owe somebody a new business.
Another one. Another one. Another one. DJ Kyle. We done it.
Okay, are we ready for this? Can we get a little bit of music for this?
Woo! What are you doing? So, 10 seconds.
Concentrate.
don't we, Ellis? Ellis. Ellis. We pay you to be on this program, don't we? Well, shoot. Imani Naylor?
Woo! Imani!
Oh, come on. Make her do it, audience.
Do it!
One more round. Imani is going to stick her tongue up her nose.
Don't judge.
Have at it.
You got it, Bonnie.
Come on, Bonnie. Sticky me.
Yeah! Woo!
And that, I guarantee, is the highlight of the evening.
Woo!
How many more times?
Oh, I thought we saw that.
To the whole show? Oh, snap. Okay. The final thing we would like to do. Oh my. Hello. The last thing that we would like to do is introduce a man who I quite honestly believe is my best friend in the entire world. Mr. Donald J. Trump. You're fired. Leave it. Take it. No.
I bought it.
Go.
I bought it.
Go.
I'll be back. And don't come back.
Can we have someone in the audience please take Almond's place?
You have to play the joke.
Can you believe it? Mr. Ben Carson is in our audience today. Whoa!
Say don't. Say don't.
Woo!
I know what.
Can you believe it? In addition to his many talents, such as walking in a straight line and brain surgery, he can play the drums.
Woo!
Okay, we have a very short time here, Mr. Trump. The first thing I want to ask you, you're not really going to keep all immigrants out of this country, are you?
All of them.
That's ridiculous. That's nonsense. I don't believe you.
All illegal ones, I want to just clarify for anyone.
And you
Illegal.
also said you want to kick out any of the immigrants that are already here.
Give them the root. Yep.
Isn't that a little bit ridiculous?
No.
Don't you think that people come to this country for the sake of freedom from where they were before? Don't you think that they leave because they weren't living in a good place before?
Yes, you are right. Excuse me. If I can answer, excuse me. Although you are right, I believe they should come legally through the right documentation, through the right papers, through the
What if
right
they can't?
process.
What if they don't have time for that?
Excuse me. I believe everybody has time to go do something correctly. And when they do come here legally, then I will welcome them as an army. Excuse me.
I'd like to read some down this book. Okay? Are you ready? Are you listening?
I got my hearing aids in.
Donald Trump jokes. Says here, Donald Trump went to a Yankees game, and that thing on his head caught a fly ball.
Well, my hair has,
It says here that
excuse me.
if Mr. Donald Trump is elected president, he will have to find a cabinet position with that thing on his head. That's all it says, actually. Those are the only two jokes in this world.
Yeah, I remember.
No, I'm kidding. It's just tactful.
Excuse me.
Do you like being mean to people?
Do I like being mean? A little bit.
He likes being mean to people.
Excuse me.
For goodness sake! I'm about to quit this job. I'm leaving.
Excuse me. I'm now receiving an email from Hillary. Excuse me.
Oh, you chopped! Get off there.
I've got President Obama!
Obamacare, yes!
Thank you.
Yes! Obamacare, oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye. That's it.
No.
I'll be sitting in that seat a few months from now, so it's okay. It's okay.
If you say.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How much do you weigh?
185?
180 looks good on you.
Thank you.
So, do you got something you want to say to the American people here?
Not really. But let me be clear. Donald Trump. No. But I do have a question. Donald Trump, would you be willing to do one-on-one rap battle? Right now. Off the dome.
He's a winner. He's a winner.
I might have some this up my.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you really want a
hair.
president who can't spit hot fire?
They can. Obama can. Super hot. Obama won already.
Is that all? You done?
Can I know who my victim/opponent will be?
None other than Obama.
Woo!
himself.
I think so.
You can be first. Okay. No beat. No beat.
No beat.
Now, you stink. When you give speeches, you don't even think. You just talk. I really think you should get up and walk. I'm Obama. Got my Navy SEAL team in the back. Better watch your back. Because they will attack.
Excuse me if I may, Mr. President. Excuse me. But from a few months from now, you will be irrelevant. Your bars are weak, just like your 2 terms. That's all I have. I'm going to build a wall to stop the immigrants.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have tonight on the show. Please say thank you. Mr. Helms and the band. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Carson and the band.
I'm going to repeat
Say
one more
thank
time. Do you really want a president?
No. I'm sorry. I wanted to say one more thing. Now that you've heard everything that they have to say, and you've heard all the candidates have to say, there's one more thing that you can do to just make this day the best day of all the days. And that's vote for me. That's all I have to say. So on that note, it's time to end this lovely show.